What's going on, VM?
How you doing today?
How you doing, man?
You're my man, bro.
Yeah,
what's the situation that we have to
man.
talk about today, you know? I sit down here, but I said, you know what, let me just sit down on my little king chair right here, and you know what, relax, and now you can ask me a question. It's like my little bed chair. There you go. Let's go.
All right.
Why not? Fuck it.
So, branching off what we sort of talked about in our last interview series, what's your current, take on the current political state, current political point of view?
Well, basically, this whole racism going on. Now people, it's been going on for years and years and years, and now, like, we move on to the Asians in New York because they have the best businesses in Chinatown and all this other shit. But why target Asians? Because interfering with everything, you're thinking Asian is China. China is communist, right? So the coronavirus came from China. So anybody that looks Asian, they're going to get judgmental and they're going to get killed. So why are you going to sit there and kill innocent people that have nothing to do with it? They just were born. They weren't chosen. They didn't have any control on what they were going to be ethnic background-wise. Nobody is. You wake up one day and you're like, oh shit, I'm an African American. Oh shit, I'm an Asian. Oh shit, I'm a European. Oh shit, I'm an Australian. You know what I mean? Like, that's diversity. There's a reason, but be thankful for what you have. But it's a shame that people want to be like, you know what, you're labeled. Just fuck you. Kill the. Why do that? I'm not a racist person. I don't believe in that bullshit because everything is natural. Everything's different. We learn from different aspects of life. We learn from people with different colors. Everything like that. We're the same people. We think the same. We have the same thoughts. We have heart. We shit the same. We piss the same. It doesn't matter. We are all equal. So why put a threat out there thinking, oh, if I kill these Asians, it's not going to happen. It's like putting mouse traps in the fucking garage. You're going to kill the mouses that are domestically in here, but why kill a whole fucking, species of whatever? Same thing with us. It's like we're a bunch of animals nowadays. Back in the day, it was, talk, negotiate. Now it went from that evolution in the years 70s and 80s, 90s to fighting. From there, gangs, mafia controlled the shit because the Italians also got screwed over. I'm half Italian, so I'm in that 1930, 40 racial shit. When I was Italian, my family went through it, so we were marked. Even though I look white, it doesn't matter what you look like; it's what you are. But people see, oh, it's what you look like, not what you are, and that's the problem. They don't judge a book by its cover, but they judge it by the inside.
Yeah. So, have you ever been racially discriminated against yourself, Via?
Yes. I had this one, plenty of times, honestly. Like, the small shit was like, they would just disrespect you and be like, oh, your last name is Martinez, you're a fucking spick. To go further on that, basically, I was in a small town called Kenilworth, and in my other video, I think I actually mentioned, how I got my ass beat by the cops because I did something stupid. I'm rolling around with a fucking ounce, a little less than an ounce of weed, right? And I'm paranoid because I'm in Union County. Keep in mind, I left the party from Rahway. So I was like 24 at the time. Now, you go in this little town, Kenilworth, it's a very small town. I don't know if you know, it's the Boulevard. And so I'm blasting music. I'm going. Like I said, my girlfriend at the time, she wasn't answering her phone. I think she was cheating on me. And I get arrested. Anyways, I fucking sit there and I run. And long story short, you already know what happened. I got my ass beat. So when I was in there, right, they were like, oh yeah, so your head was bleeding because I hit the steering wheel. Right? No. And he shut the body cam off and then he just beat the shit out of me. Like, bad, bro. It was bad. And give me one moment, please. I know you guys want to get off this video right now, but there's some other shit I gotta say. Okay. This is not working. Where's the lighter at? I'm sorry. Give me a lighter. Thank you. It's in my pocket. How good is that? Things happen for a reason. I'm so sorry. I don't want to disrespect anybody's time here. Whoever's here, doing this, doing that. Everybody's got to put food on the table for everybody, and I understand that. I respect that. In this world, diversity sits here, and it's all different shit. You could look at these metaphor for life. You could look at these plates, a 45-pound plate, a 10-pound plate, a 100-pound plate. They're all different. It's how can you work together, unify race It doesn't matter what race you are. You get different thoughts. You can learn something from it. You can learn something from a Pakistani. You can learn something from an Indian. Why the fuck do Pakistani people have to have a problem with Indian people? Or Indian people think they're so much better than fucking Pakistani people? You know what? You guys lived your life. Respect your space. You can learn anything from anybody. You can learn something from a 2-year-old girl that's fucking all the way in the islands. You can learn from a fucking 12-year-old kid that's all the way in fucking Africa. You know, it's all over the world, man. Doesn't matter. You can learn from different races. Why do we have to sit there and just be people that, oh, you know what, fuck you, just because you're darker than me. Or fuck you, because you're darker than me. No disrespect, I love everybody in this room. But this is something that bothers me. Like Tupac Shakur said, you know, if you take everybody and unify them, and if somebody can benefit from me to you, that's success for you and me, and it's sustainable and it's consistent. Same thing goes for you. If there's a consistent loyalty and trust in business, everything will work out for a reason. And that's how I spread out how I feel about racism. Another problem here is that racism should not be advertised. I walk down the street to go to a doctor's office and I see Black Lives Matter. You cannot, listen, when it comes to race, you can't control it, you can't change it, so don't disrespect it. Keep it the way it is. Have respect for what that is. That's somebody's ethnicity. It has nothing to do with how they live, how they think, whatever the case may be. How do you feel about this totality of racism that is affecting the social norm of society? Not domestically in our, state, country, earth, or whatever the case may be, but globally around the world. How is that affecting us in our social norm of society?
Well, to answer your question, first of all, VM, is I've sort of always felt that there was a issue like that from the get-go. Starting from the early days till now, human beings have a peculiar way of doing things. They want to kind of divide everything.
Yeah, but the thing, listen, before you,
there's an ego problem.
Yeah, you know what? A power trip. There is a unique power trip that the majority. If you take a survey of 100 people, and I guarantee you, a power trip, if they got a job as a system manager. What they would do is they'd take their personal shit and mix it with their business shit. And have a power trip and be like, I can do this and control this and get away with this like slickly and hustle through the job the easy way. You're right about that. That's something I have to say about what you just said. So if you want to continue with the topic of what we were talking about, I can tell you something personal about it.
What do you feel about the male-female, like the pay gender gap? Do you feel like women aren't getting paid enough, or it's all bullshit? I think honestly,
it's propaganda, dude. Like you go back in the day, you take Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin. They were communists. Joseph Stalin was like a communist for Russia. Adolf Hitler was a communist for Germany. So people freak out when they hear that. Oh, there's this little thing they say. If Joe Biden is so fucking old, right? He's like 80-something. He has like Alzheimer's. He stutters when he talks, or whatever the case may be. So, what per se, if Joe Biden would die, and then Kamala Harris would take over the position of a president of the United States to represent us, right? And she has the views of a socialist, and also called a communism. But the thing is, that's just a belief. It's not going to go through the White House. It's not going to go through. We have Congress that votes on it, surveys it. So there's no way in God's creation that you could sit there and say that our whole political system is going to turn to shit. I don't believe in that. Yet. Okay? It's going to stay democracy in some type of way or form. But the only reason they have Republicans and Democrats, the old school Democrats were really technically the beliefs of the Republican back in the Abraham Lincoln style. But then they kind of brainwashed it like religion. Religion brainwashed it. You have all these different types of religion, Christianity, you read from the Quran, Muslim, whatever the case may be, Allah, and all that bullshit. But in all actuality, all those things that people actually believe in and make a motivation in their life where they feel that if I have a structure and discipline and do a routine every day based on what I believe in, I'm going to get shit done. I'm not going to sit there and just, you know what? It takes time. If you're sitting there, you have to believe in failing. If you fail many times and you can accept that, eventually, if you hang around the barbershop too long, you're going to get a haircut and you're going to get an opportunity to go and be successful. You have any more questions for me?
Yeah, so Has there been any time in your life in which you felt as if
Take your time. If it's emotional to you, just, embrace it, indulge it, let it in. It's inevitable, Take your time, bro. Take your fucking time. This is just me and you chilling here, just talking about life in itself, in a perspective that other people could see us looking at it in a different light, in a third point of view, in a fourth point of view, whatever the fucking case may be. Yeah. We're sitting there and look at things on a deeper level, but that's exactly my opinion on what you said. If you have any more questions, so be it. Let it go. Let it flow. Just let it out. You tell me right now, what is it that you want to know about VM that has a perspective on life, on what I could say and what I could do and how I could change the world on telling people and making a difference through my words?
Well, do you ever have that feeling that life inherently has no purpose? It's meaningless altogether.
It all depends
no
on...
No matter what you do.
Honestly, it all
life
depends.
Is meaningless.
It all depends. It all depends on what you believe in life. Like, what is it that you have a passion about to do in life?
What's after this?
After this, I'm sorry if I mentioned that. That's just to get motivation, positive thinking, and all that. I have a big question mark. I have symbolism of Jesus Christ or whatever God is in God, and I believe that all religion, and unorganized religion as well, because you can have faith in that, is all belief. There's something where there's a higher power above everybody. There's a metaphor in life. They say, when you work a job, you're on the bottom. Everything rolls downhill. There's a top guy. There's another top guy. But the thing is, I wonder all the time, is the top guy in the world, the universe, is like the God. Is there anything above that? Is there anything that goes beyond that? There's a big question mark in my mind that what happens when I die? There's got to be something. There's a reason for everything. There's a reason we're here. There's a reason why we're living a life like this. There's people that believe in reincarnation. There's people that believe in just nothing. There's people that believe in they go to purgatory and fucking heaven and hell, and that's Catholic. Everybody has a different belief with something. There's different levels of shit. That's a metaphor of life. You know what I mean? It's just a big question mark for me. Keep it simple, short,
but
and sweet.
What's your purpose?
My purpose in life, I really don't know, man. I mean, the shit that I went through, maybe I can help somebody. I could sit here and say something that nobody knows, nobody has actually went through in their life and experience. When you take knowledge and experience and you live through your life, that equals wisdom. Wisdom is the knowledge that you know, and then the experience is the hands-on what you do. Like, you take a mechanic and reads a book all day, he can't work on a car. You got to get the hands and put it on the car and work on it. So you need discipline. You work hands-on, bam, pop, boom, bomb. Get in the car and work on it. You're an amazing mechanic. It's all simple. It's all said and done. So for the night, I shut your trap, put the duct tape on it, call it a night. It's Friday night, and that's it. That's what I'm all talking about. It's VM. We have another series going on, another good old episode from VM in the underground garage. You know how the deal is. Next Friday, we'll do something even different. I'll make it a surprise for you. You'll see in what happens, okay? Have a good night, everybody. I love you. There you go. Get the kiss.